for his quarter-final against number 8 seed Tian Minh Nguyen of Vietnam. He was feeling so confident that he was playing 1 or 2 trick shots along the way. So to his opponent, the 22-year-old T Saensomboonsuk from Thailand. His win-loss record for the year. 1 tournament played so far. That was last week in Germany. Lost in the second round. Third round, I'm sorry. That was the last 16. And I can tell you, so far in this tournament, he's had to play 2 qualifying matches. The first against Guru Saidat from India. Went the full distance there. Then in the first round of the main draw, he disposed of the number 6 seed, Hu Yunt from Hong Kong. Again, in 3 games, 57 minutes. Eventually winning on his 3rd match point, 23-21 in that decider. Sho Sasaki, the highly rated left-handed Japanese player, he disposed of 9 and 11. And then in yesterday's quarter-final against the beaten finalist from last week in Germany, Tommy Sugiyato, in 2 straight games. He's been on court for a total of 3 hours, 25 minutes. That's 1 hour and 20 minutes longer than Chong Wei has been on court. So this is the 7th meeting between these 2 men. Chong Wei having won all 6 previous encounters. But they haven't played, as you can see, since the World Championships in 2011, of course, staged in Wembley Arena in London. And T Saensomboonsuk has never actually won a game in their previous encounters. So can the world number 1 and former champion here, Chong Wei, can he make it through to his 5th consecutive All-England final? And can we witness something extraordinary with a qualifier getting through to the final of the All-England Championships? Talking about a qualifier had got through to the quarter-final stage previously. That was 3 years ago when Seung Wan Ho reached the quarter-final. Lost out to Chong Wei. Certainly, we've all been pouring through the record books and can't find a previous occasion where a qualifier in the men's singles has got through to semi-final stage. Really first came to prominence, I guess, Saensomboonsuk, when he reached the final and therefore got the silver medal at the Southeast Asian Games in Jakarta in 2011. Crikey, that's a good old smash, isn't it? 251. It's just over 155 miles per hour. Yeah, it's well taken. But Anthony, do you think that the fact that Saensomboonsuk has played 5 matches already, he's been on court for those 3 hours, 25 minutes, that's 1 hour and 20 minutes longer and 2 matches more than his opponent to date. Do you think that's going to have an influence on this semi-final?
It obviously could do if this goes to three games. He's going to be more tired than Chong Wei. You know, he is a very, very good athlete. It's just whether or not he can cope with all the skills and the explosive power of Chong Wei.
Yeah, and I do think the Malaysian has after that real scare in the first round against Wong Wing Ki from Hong Kong. Well, he had to save 2 match points in the deciding game. Since then, I think he's got better and better, and you and I were watching him yesterday in the quarterfinal against the number 8 seed, Tian Min Yun. Quite frankly, he was just toying with his opponent. He was so confident he was going to win.
Well, the score from yesterday doesn't really represent how the match really went. I mean, he was doing trick shots that you would see no other player even attempting, and it just shows how confident he is.
Oh, that's a lovely smash. Well, it's also very fascinating, the contrasts in pressure for these two players. Of course, nobody is expecting Saensomboonsuk to have progressed this far, let alone get through to the final against beating the world number 1. So, of course, all the pressure is on Lee Chong Wei.
Yeah, Saensomboonsuk's got absolutely nothing to lose. You know, he's going for his shots. He's got an incredible smash. I mean, he takes a huge wind-up on his forehand overheads. And he is quite deceptive with that, because he's a different style of player to most of the others. He could trouble Lee Chong Wei overhead.
What do you mean by that? What's different in his style of play to other players?
Well, it's just almost like a very natural overhead technique. He takes a very big swing to begin with, whereas most players are a lot more compact and have a very short swing to start with, and then a big follow-through. Saensomboonsuk starts almost at his waist with his racket, takes it all the way around the back and creates a lot of power by generating that big wind-up. And he's very accurate with it as well. Normally, when you take a big swing, it means that you're going to be less accurate.
It's gone wide. Good rally. Well, having looked super relaxed yesterday, Lee Chong Wei looks a little bit nervous today to me.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of respect for his opponent, hasn't he, out there today? You know, Saensomboonsuk is obviously playing the games of his life so far this week, and he's playing these overheads with great power. But the great thing I've seen to start with at the start of this match for the Thailand player is that he's willing to take Chong Wei on at the net. Definitely the key.
And I guess the key, not just taking him on, but making sure you take the shuttle a lot earlier than that. It is amazing where on earth this man has come from, sort of thing, because this is his 5th All England for Saensomboonsuk, and the 5th time that he started in the qualifying. And 3 times actually previously lost in the qualifying, and here he is in an All England semi-final.
It is a bizarre one, isn't it? To be in the qualifying means that he's ranked outside of the top 28 in the world. And you just would never think that a player ranked that far down would be able to compete with other players in the top 10 in the world, because that's what he's done so far this week.
Yeah, he's currently 37 in the world, having just gone up a couple of places from last week. Highest ranking has been 24. But you can't take anything away from him this week. He has been superb.
Oh.
That's lovely. So it is the qualifier. T Saensomboonsuk, who has the advantage, albeit just 1 point, but indeed does have the psychological advantage. At the mid-game interval, T Saensomboonsuk and the Thailand coach, Udom Liang Petchayapon. He's a real character, he is. Thailand coach gets so emotional, so involved when his players are playing. Oh, my word. Well, injection of pace and pace of movement and then pace of shot.
That's the difficulty with playing Chong Wei is, do you take him on at the net where he is supremely good, or do you take his overheads on? You've got to choose almost the lesser of two evils, because when you give him time, he's just too good for anybody.
Oh. Brilliant. All set up with a little hold and flick from the nets from Chong Wei. Got his opponent out of position. Forced to play the high backhand. Almost seemed to change his mind, didn't he?
Yeah, you can start to see the confidence growing in Chong Wei since the change. You know, his pace has moved up that little bit. You know, when he starts going for these tricky ones, you know that he's feeling good about himself.
Oh, that is perfection on the net shot from Chong Wei. Yeah. All you can do is shake your head and have a little smile. How good is that? Well, Chong Wei was surprised by the call. I have to say, thought it was absolutely correct. Yeah, clearly in. Good rally. And good judgments from Saensomboonsuk.
Oh.
It's that innate ability to just know where the gaps are, sensing when to play the cross-court shot, which at times can be very dangerous, but if you play it at the right time, it's a lethal weapon. Oh, well taken.
That was very, very quick movement from Saensomboonsuk. Hit a great slice to start with. Follows it up so quick.
Back level. Apologises for the luck of the net cord. Yeah, but look how early he took that drive on the backhand side. He created his own luck there. Short, off, well taken. Oh, what a block. Great return of the smash from Saensomboonsuk. Yeah, definitely. And it was a good call once again by the line judge. And it's 18 all.
Wow.
Well taken. Well, there was an anxious little look from the left-hander, wondering whether he'd faulted at the net, but it was perfectly all right. And he's 2 points away from the opening game now. Oh.
Very quick out of the blocks there, Chong Wei. Wasn't sure whether he went slightly too early. But no, perfect. So quick off the mark. Another explosive exchange. Chong Wei just goes through the gears, explodes onto the shuttle.
Game point. Lovely block. Oh, that's found the corner. It's 20 all. Extra points required until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. Oh, he's missed it. Just looked a little over-eager to finish off the rally. So a second opportunity now for Lee Chong Wei to take the opening game. Oh, he's pushed it wide. And the qualifier, who promised so much, had his opportunities in the end. The super cool world #1, Lee Chong Wei, converts 70 minutes of intriguing badminton. And Lee Chong Wei, game #1, 22-20. Well, it was a very tight opening game, wasn't it? But in the air, world #1 Lee Chong Wei just had the experience. I thought, Anthony, that Saensomboonsuk just got a little carried away with himself, a little over-anxious, showing his inexperience on those critical points.
What was brilliant to see was he really took the game to Chong Wei. Chong Wei, normally on defence, you see him quite relaxed and he's diving around, but very, very confident. I think he really sees that Saensomboonsuk has got a very, very good attack.
Whoops, string's gone in the racket of Lee Chong Wei. Well, Anthony, we've been talking for some considerable time about the young Thailand female players, the likes of Pontip, Buranaprasatsuk, Ratchanan Intanon, who we are going to see a little later. But they had 5 women's singles players in the draw at the beginning of the week, in the main draw. And I think the oldest one of them is 20. Great youngsters coming up.
It's brilliant, isn't it, to see? They've had some good players in the past, but only small amounts of them at a time. Whereas at the moment, 5 lady singles inside the top 28 is just showing how much of an emerging nation they really are.
And of course now we've got Saensomboonsuk in the men's singles and a Thailand pair in the men's doubles, playing their first ever tournament together. They're both experienced international players, but Thailand very much an emerging nation as far as world badminton is concerned. Tae Subok and Rashid Sadek, the 2 Malaysian coaches. Tae Subok on the left as we look at them. Oh, look at that smash. So crisp. I think the left-hander's got to be awfully careful here, Anthony, because I just sense that he's beginning to lose his way. Yeah, I don't like that body language.
I think he's kind of thrown everything he has at Lee Chong Wei, and he still didn't win the opening game, so that must be frustrating for him. He just needs to relax and play his natural game.
Easier said than done, of course, against the great Lee Chong Wei. What do you do? There's yet another net cord on the net shot, hitting the top of the tape and just trickling over. Time and time again he manages to do that. Mm. Five straight points. It's going to go long. Closer than I had thought.
Chong Wei's really stepped up a gear. He's taking the shuttle much earlier at the net now, and the tight shots he's playing to the net, they're dropping so close to the side of the Thailand player, making it very difficult.
Yeah. Well, I thought it at 2-3, or was it 3-all? It was signs to me that Saensomboonsuk was just beginning to drop his head, feel a little frustrated. No, it's 8 straight points from 1-3 down to 9-3 up.
Really noticeable that Chong Wei is finding the backhand corner of his opponent, and it doesn't look like he has got the greatest backhand. So clever tactics from Chong Wei.
No, he's missed it. Yeah, a little smile towards his coach. It looks to me as if he's lost his belief. Yeah, Udom trying to encourage his man. Yeah, well, stop the run. But those 9 straight points have put a whole different complexion on this second game.
Still look like a bit of a hidden hope smash, that one as well, Jill. Seems like he's running out of ideas because Chong Wei has just shifted through the gears.
Well, he hit one at 251 in the opening game, if I remember correctly. Oh, how quickly Lee Chong Wei moved back in court to play that, what we call round the head smash. Well, mid-game interval here in the second game. The second game only in progress, 6.5 minutes. T Saensomboonsuk, very different in his style from this man, Udom. So a 6-point advantage. Yeah. Has just such touch and feel at the net, doesn't he? Yeah, and again. A masterclass in how to outmaneuver your opponents.
It just makes it look so easy as well, Joe. You know, these cross-court blocks that he's playing take so much finesse. He just makes it look as though it's an easy shot, and then leaping back with such power.
Well, Saensomboonsuk, to me, looks like a beaten man already in between rallies. His body language. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
What can you do? Chong Wei even retrieving that power play with a precision block. And I have to say, Anthony, I thought there was real signs in that rally of Saensomboonsuk really struggling with his fatigue. To me, he looked as if he wasn't really getting to the shuttle as early as he has been doing earlier on in the match. Yeah, and again there, look at his movement. He's a tired man, that's understandable. He's been pushed and pulled against the world #1. Big gulps of air now.
You know, the difference is when you're playing Chong Wei, is that you have to have your pace probably higher than you've ever had it before. And when you're doing that, you're using up so much more energy than you normally would.
Well, that had been a run of 6 straight points for Chong Wei. Yeah, it's a tired-looking shot, wasn't it, coming forward. Torso falling forward rather than really letting the legs do the work.
Well, he's finally missed one at the net. I reckon out of 10 net shots that he would play in training, Chong Wei would probably get 9 net chords. And I think that was the one.
So quick, so much in control. A point away from his 5th consecutive All-England final. Fantastic way to finish the semi-final by Lee Chong Wei. Thanks the fans here in Birmingham, and there's a lot of Malaysian fans. Tough opening game, but in the end, the world #1 just showed what a class player he is. And the dream run by the left-handed qualifier, T Saensomboonsuk, has finally come to an end. But it needed the world #1 to end the dream for the young left-handed Thailand player. Their confirmation of the score, 22-20, 21-8, and Lee Chong Wei will contest his fifth consecutive final tomorrow.